Here we are, Spiritual Events Directory. We are back, Wellness Conversations, the Woo Woo series. And ladies and gents, it's brought to you by our wellness community. I am Michelle Scott. You can find me on Facey at Michelle Scott on air. And each and every week I'm joined by another fabulous gifted, talented, experienced woo-woo lady in the woo-woo, the woo-woo field. And together we're just going to chat about all things woo-woo. And in between our chats, we'll be doing some readings for you as well. So welcome to the conversation, Christy Johnson from Clarify My Purpose.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so well and so pleased to have you on our show, Christy. So, but you know, you've got like all of us, so many tools, oracle tools, spiritual healing tools in your kit, amongst them tarot and mediumship, and also a Reiki healer. So what are you going to work with tonight? Are you going to do a little bit of everything? Do you have some particular cards you're going to be working with?
Yeah, I've got 3 sets in front of me, so I'm going to pick which ones I'm drawn to near the time. But yeah, I just sort of feel into the energy and go with whatever cards and also what I feel, and yeah, just whatever downloads come through. So
exactly.
I'm excited. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'll also have some cards standing by as well. I just got a couple of new decks from Margie, actually.
Oh, nice.
And I really like these ones. They're the Denise Lynn, the Sacred Traveller Oracle cards. Yeah, you've got those
Beautiful.
ones?
Yeah, they're really pretty. I like those ones. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So, well, let's start off with Christy. I always like to, because you and I both know that it's a journey. You know, it's a journey to get to where we are, and the journey is just so full of experiences that lead to, you know, challenges and celebrations, and a whole lot of wisdom that we get out of it. So, you know, what got you started on the spiritual path?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I've had the same tarot card since I was about 10.
Oh,
and I still
wow.
use them today for all my readings, yeah. So I think I bought them with my pocket money from memory, or from what my mum told me. And I don't know, I think that I used to say a few things and things would come in. And my nana was a very well-known psychic in Scotland, and she used to read the tea leaves and do all that, yeah. And I obviously didn't know at 10 any of this. So once my mum started to get, I think she's got something here, she used to invite people from her work that I'd never met before just to come and get some readings to see what would come up. And so I bought myself a tarot deck, thinking they were just a card game, and I'd play it, and they would walk away amazed, and I'd be like passing them my card saying, right, it's your turn to do me, because I was so excited. And yeah, found out that wasn't the case. So that's how I originally got started. And then I pretty much shut it down for a little bit, you know, just did a little bit for friends and bits and pieces, dabbled a little bit. And I've had 4 children. And I think with each child, it's definitely got, my intuition's definitely got
grown.
Very much so, yeah, with everyone. And with my last one, my daughter's 4, that's my last one that I've had. And she's very connected to me in such a different way. Like all the kids are, but she's very, very, she just knows things that no one else knows. And she's just one of those kids, you know, like, and I just feel like after I had her, it was massive growth. And I don't know what happened. People just started messaging me saying, do you do tarot? I've heard you do tarot. And I'm like, wow, gosh, I've been out of it for 15 years or so. And I only ever did it for my friends. So it was really strange how it came about and how people found my number, but it all, no coincidences,
but not exactly. I love that story, because that's exactly it. That's what the Woo Woo series is all about. That, you know, we've all come to do what we've come to do. We have a purpose, we have a path. And when you don't need to do anything at all, that path actually calls to you. So the moment something inside you changed, everything else just lined up in exactly the right way, because that's the path you were meant to be on.
Exactly.
I'd love to do your numerology. I wonder, what's your date of birth? What's your day of birth?
Day of birth is Sunday, and it's the 25th of March.
Oh, okay. Well, just in the 25th and your date of birth, so you've got a day of 25, and 2 + 5 = 7. And
Mhm.
number 7 in numerology is the high priestess.
Oh, okay.
Number 7 has that, that ability to both analyze and both analytical and intuitive. So a lot of sensitivity there with the number 7, but also in numerology, and you might know, Christy, if you've come across numerology in your spiritual travels, that 11 and 22 are the master numbers and really sort of resonate to that high vibration. I bet you've got 11 somewhere.
Oh, my son is 11/3/11. His birthday is 11/3/11. But I've got a lot of my family has a lot of spiritual and master numbers throughout their birthdays.
Yes, that's amazing. I can't believe it. Tarot cards at 10. So we're going to keep talking, and we're going to keep. We've already getting. It's just amazing. It's such a beautiful landscape here in Spiritual Events Directory. There are so many fantastic people that tune into our show, Christy, and that are watching, that'll watch later. So and then of course already asking us some questions. So we might go to doing a few, and I will monitor for you as we go. Now, ladies, it's all about look, we all love a psychic reading where we can be told that it's all going to work out happily ever after. We're going to meet Mr. Rush in the corner of Burke and Little Collins at midnight on the 14th of Feb 2020, or I'm going to win Tats Lotto and I'm going to be rich and taken care of and never a care in the world. We all want to hear that. At the same time, it's a little bit that's a little bit sort of out there in terms of really providing you with some good, sound, practical, down-to-earth advice. So if you do have a question, the more specific you can make it, the more you can define it, the better our answers can be to you. We're spiritual beings living a human incarnation, ladies, so there does need to be some actual steps taken on the ground towards getting to wherever you need to go and want to be in life. So Christy and myself can just pull some cards, but at the same time, I think you'd agree, Christy, the more defined the question, we can actually
for sure
really help out. Well, how about, Christy, we've got Lucy Chipillo. Lucy, if you're out there, you are, and Lucy asks if we are drawn to her. She would love a reading. So let's see what pops up for Lucy.
Lucy, okay. I'm just tuning in. Just give me one moment. Okay. Okay. All right, so I've drawn a couple of cards out here, and I've got joint stability, which is really nice, and that's coming. There's something about creating from the solar plexus. It's all about, that solar plexus energy and that creation and that feminine power coming through, and just, finding that joy and stability and just, really, really tuning into that and becoming really grateful for what's around you. The next card that comes up is actually Seek. So it's all about seeking love and acceptance and non-judgmental people around you. So just make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. That's really important for your well-being. And just be aware birds are going to be very significant for you as well. So maybe a sign from either spirit or your guides, but birds are going to come in throughout when you're seeking these people, and it'll let you know whether they're the right people or not. Also feel into your body as well. You'll know what's right or what's wrong. And the next one is Just Breathe. So it's about really coming into the center of who you are and seeking out the gifts that you have, and, really just finding out who you are. It might be a little bit of a crossroads for you. And you might be just trying to find out exactly where you're headed. It's going to be a bit of a 2020. I really feel is going to be quite a big transformational year for you.
That's
Lucy,
amazing.
I really do.
And the card that I pulled, Christy, was Finding Sanctuary. Finding sanctuary and opening to your spiritual source. And Lucy actually said it was her first time on here. So,
wow.
That ties in beautifully with what Christy says, in that it's really about finding your tribe. And when you find your tribe, you start to then, like Christy, with the coming back onto the spiritual and the oracle guidance path, it'll just all start to happen, and you'll start to learn all the tools that are going to get you get you going. So fantastic. So Christy, you're obviously available for personal readings. You're situated. Are you in the southeast?
Yes, yeah, just in Officer.
Right,
Past
lovely.
Barrington, Narre Warren.
Lovely. Well, we're going to, and Christy, your community is called Clarify My Purpose. And so, Christy,
Clarify my journey.
Clarify my
That's
journey.
okay.
I'm
That's all right.
I'm stuck on purpose here. Clarify my journey. And then,
Yeah.
Christy, so just a little bit about, why clarify my journey? What does that, what's the message behind your business name?
Okay, but first of all, it's actually my initials. So somebody said you'll have great success when you use your initials.
Yes.
Yeah, so I use my initials, which is CMJ, and I really feel that it was, it just sort of came to me after probably writing down a couple of pages of names that just didn't sit. And I just went, you know what, I set my intentions before every reading. And I just said to a client who, before I hopped on here, I said to her, I don't tell people where to go. I just explain the roads ahead of them, and then they have to choose the road ahead. It's not for me to make life decisions for them, but I am here to clarify and guide them and move them in the right direction should they need that guidance. So that's what I sort of pride myself on.
I love that. Well, Beverly French says hello, Christy.
Hello.
We've got Shazza Roland. Perhaps we'll pull a card for Shazza.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
We'll pull one for Beverly as well.
Awesome. So Shazza. Okay.
Shazza Roland.
Shazza Roland.
Thanks so much for tuning in, ladies. We absolutely we have so much fun on here, and we love coming into the space to help and heal.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I have the card Ebb and Flow, and it is I acknowledge and surrender to the days when I feel flat. I know that these days don't last forever. I check in with myself. Is my body tired? Mind overworked? I focus on resting and nourishing myself with healthy foods and lots of water. I allow myself to rejuvenate and reboot. Something is being worked out in me. The drawing back is a necessary part of my cycle. It allows me to reflect, gather my thoughts and energy before I surge forward, energized and ready to bloom.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's just really about taking care of yourself and, not being too hard on yourself and making sure you're nourishing yourself outside and inside. And that's going to be really important to your journey. So first light.
And I love how the cards really align. I love how they align. So first light and beginning a new cycle. I mean, in every moment of now we can start again. We're not locked into anything. So Shazza, if you're in that numerology, for example, every cycle of 9 is about endings. It can be confusing. It can be really emotional. You can really feel like, WTF, what is going on? But the good news, whenever you're going through something like that, the good news is that there's something new that's coming. We always, I love that saying, what the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. So something always has to die before something new can be born into that space. And generally in the dying, it can feel very, very difficult. So, how awesome.
Yeah.
So, Christy, we might also pull one for Beverly.
Beverly, absolutely. Okay. Beverly. Sorry, I'll just feel into the energy and pick the card that I'm drawn to for that first.
Wonderful.
Okay, Beverly, here we go. So I got the card Release. So I now release anything that no longer serves me on my path to well-being. I am safe, I am loved, I forgive, and I let go. So it is just about releasing what you're no longer willing to hold on to, and really just, seeing what the future holds in your well-being. It's not what others around you feel the need to say and what they're doing. You're not in a race with them. It's about you finding what's right for you and, really letting go of people, places or situations that don't serve you any longer. So it is a big and a good time to release anything that you may be holding on to that you no longer want to hold on to. Now is the time to do it.
Awesome.
So I hope that helps. Yeah.
Awesome. And I actually got Believe in Magic.
There you go. Beautiful.
Now, Tracy Hazel has asked, and we might get you to talk a little bit about this. Christy, can you tell me a little bit more about Reiki Healer, please?
Yeah, sure. So I've done my Reiki 2 and I went, just did a course. I wasn't sure if I was, wanting to go down that path, but it kept coming up for me. So I went and did it, and now I use it in every part of my business. And basically, you know, it's an energy healing. So it's really
Yes.
working with the energies and the chakras. And so when you're feeling out of alignment, I look at it like when you build a house. If somebody doesn't build the foundations properly,
Yes.
the cracks are going to show eventually. So when you work on those underlying energy fields, I feel like the chakras are very, they can be, you know, taken for granted, and they're so, it keeps you in balance, it keeps you aligned, it keeps you focused. And you know, some people respond differently, and they leave my room feeling tired. And I always say the body is what's going to tell you what it needs. Some people leave skipping. It is different for each and every person, but it can heal physical pain, emotional trauma, you know, just overthinking, chaos, anxiety, depression. There's so many different things that people come in for, and it's just about me releasing that for them because they don't have the tools or they're not sure what to do. And it's just a beautiful relaxation, and I do the rest. So it's
awesome.
it's a really cool thing to do, and it can heal so many parts of us inside and out. So
and can you actually also do, you know, for Tracy, now is it possible to do a little distant healing? Can you actually do that with lovely?
Yeah, okay, so I'll just I know there's a little bit of a time delay, but if Tracy can get this before I do it, I'm just tuning in, but just taking a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, just so that I can just tune in. And it's just about sending symbols and opening up energy fields in that person. So,
and we can all get the benefit of this if we're tuning in.
Absolutely, just a couple of deep breaths and you will be open up to receiving whatever's coming your way. And all I'm going to do is send love and healing and well-being. So it's sent with good intent and love. So nothing can go wrong and nothing to fear. So. Okay, that's coming through now. So.
Love it.
Awesome. About doing some symbols and some
I love it.
Them through. So
I love it. And like you and I love how you said earlier in the show when you were reading for when you were doing the first reading that you know, to be aware of I think you said, did you say doves or birds? That should be seeing birds. I love symbolism. You know, what do you think about symbolism? I'm always, you know, through songs, what I see, what I hear, I always kind of go, oh, you know, like at the moment or this year in my 9th year in numerology, I've been surrounded by butterflies, or I see feathers a lot, and I think, oh, you know, angels and guidance. What do you think?
Okay, so I find I can vacuum my whole house and find a 5-cent piece in the middle of the floor that couldn't possibly have got there any other way. So that is my sign from spirit that they want to tell me something. White feathers, different color feathers mean different things for me, but my white feather is my dad's passed away, so he's a big part of my journey. And on Father's Day, I went to Fountain Gate to do Father's Day shopping with my kids, and you would have thought 3 chicken trucks had fallen over. They were everywhere, like all over the ground. It was phenomenal. And being on Father's Day, I love it
when that happens.
So I have lots of little things that come up, and it's so beautiful to find the answers for people, because I do get a lot of those questions, and I do find it very interesting to see what people get. And I mean, butterflies being all about creation and you know, just transforming what has been and what's yet to come. I just feel like it's a bright future. So
exactly. And it's so reassuring, you know. So we would absolutely encourage you know, all of you out there, if you haven't discovered this within yourself and about yourself, and you know, then get on that journey of self-development, spiritual development. Find a teacher in this field. Do you teach tarot as well? Do you teach it all, Christy?
Can I be honest with you? I couldn't tell you what one of the tarot cards means.
It's just all intuitive, and it is all intuitive.
And you know, I mean, I know what I've put my symbolism on, but I
Yes,
haven't. I've
yes.
done lots of tarot courses, and it doesn't
Doesn't
I
gel.
just, yeah, I've just had my tarot cards for so long and had my own meaning on them, and when they,
Yeah,
you know, I
I
just
love
get it.
it.
Yeah, it's more like a download, but I use them as like a little blankie. To be honest, I could probably
Yes,
do it without them, without doubt. But
yes.
I've had them for so long, I just use them for that
Yeah,
purpose.
that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got, what have we got? Oh, Beverly said, yes, thank you so very much. Beautiful. Angela Neal would love any guidance around how my son will go at high school. So
Okay.
Angela must be feeling a little bit of anxious
Yeah.
there, as we all get and as we all are
Absolutely.
about our children. We just want them to be happy. We want them to be safe.
Is it more social that she's concerned about? I feel it's more a social concern. So I don't know if he's had trouble in the past, but I do feel like something a little bit
Okay.
a little bit off in the, like, that's where the concern comes from. But I'm not sure, but that's what I'm coming up with.
Yeah.
I'll just pull one of these. So the two cards I got is reflection and go gently. So reflection is all about I pause, reflect, and reset where I need to go, where I need to. I know I am free to start over again at any time. So what I would say to you is allow his journey to be his. And as mothers, I've got 4 children of my own. I'm well aware we get concerned, and you know, sometimes we do put our own fears onto our kids, and sometimes our stuff gets in the way, and we can sometimes create things that aren't actually there. So what I would say, that reflection card for you is all about just resetting and you know, bringing in the positivity. So asking the universe for signs, and you know, just even talking out aloud to the universe and saying, you know what, I want to bring my son peace. I want to bring my son happiness at school, and you know, bringing in those things instead of, so reflecting on what can be rather than what's your concern. So I'm not saying don't be concerned. As a parent, I get it, but I just think putting out what you put out there is what you get back. And I think sometimes we put our own stuff and our own fears from our school experience and what we've known and what we've learned with other kids, and you know, sometimes our fears step in the way. So the other card I pulled was go gently, which is all in sync with all of this. So it says, I allow myself to slow down, rest, and relax. I take time for myself, letting my nerves settle, my breath slow, and my mind rest. I clear my energy by surrounding myself in a ball of golden light, helping to release and transmute old stale energy, and place a protective, rejuvenating cocoon around myself. So it's literally sending him off to high school with good love and intent, and you know, it's just about going gently with yourself and with him. And you know, look, it's a hard situation, of course, but I really feel like he'll be okay. I don't think you know, I'm not going to toast lollipops and rainbows. High school's hard for any child. So it's you know, it can be a really hard transition, but I do feel like overall the outcome is good. So and I think just going gently and not creating the chaos, you know, of overthinking or over analysing it too much before it's happened. I would just go with the flow a little bit more. Just take a few deep breaths and just allow him to emerge into himself, because high school will do that to you.
Absolutely. And I'll just add, I'll add to that, you know, something that really got me through, again, talking about symbols and symbolism, and, you know, how reassuring it can be to know your journey. You know, to know your journey, trust in your journey. And for me, because I have, I know my spirit guides, I know who's on my team. And even if you don't know who your spirit guides are, you know, Archangel Michael being the angel that can really protect. I used to call upon Archangel Michael and Mother Mary. Mother Mary being, you know, Mother Mary, and I, you know, my affirmation, my mantra, my prayer, whenever I would feel anxious about how he would go, I would say, you know, Mother Mary, help me help my child. Mother Mary helps me help my child. And every single day, you know, Archangel Michael, thank you for protecting my home, my family, us.
That's a beautiful way of putting it.
It's so, it's
I've
got
got a
me
son
through.
going off to high school next year myself. So I've got one in there and one going next year, and I fear for him as well. But I know that it is a lot of my stuff, and sometimes I had to come to that truth that it is my stuff that I'm holding on to, and I don't want to put that onto him. So
Yes,
I say everything I say with love, but that is another
Yes.
nurturing way to do it, is just,
Yeah.
and I guess when you go into this journey, you do have the toolbox to pull these things out every, you know, whenever you need them. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's just about what feels right for you at the time. But I would say a couple of deep breaths, just really, you know, focusing in on bringing in the positive, you know, looking after, like you said, maybe asking for guidance from or protection
Support.
from Archangel Michael, and, you know, and just doing those sort of things, and, you know, doing as much as you can on the from behind the doors, I guess, when you're not a
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I wish you all the best, and your son too.
Yeah, and you know, as you said, you don't see, you don't see, you think overall that all is well. So that is fantastic. Right, I was going to ask for Gabby. Gabby would be grateful for some guidance, please, if you can.
Yes, absolutely. Gabby.
So your website, how can we get in contact with you on the net?
I don't have a website. I used to have a website, and I didn't even know how to use it. I just wasn't, no. So I just do all my bookings. People message me on Facebook, and that's basically, it's just all word of mouth. So
wonderful.
Which has been nice. But I will, next year is my goal, to put my website and get much bigger. So
so ladies, it's Clarify My Journey. Clarify My Journey to get a personal reading with Christy.
Yes, absolutely. There is a page and a group too. The group's closed, but obviously I'll let anybody in. I do like free mini readings and stuff on there, so people will be able to contact me on there. So for Gabby, I got 2 cards, and one of them is Pentacle, which is you are being thought of and praised as a great blessing. Your spirit is filled with the force of nature. Create a sacred space and focus on being centered. So it is really just pulling into yourself, especially at the end of the year when it's chaos and busy, and, you know, this time of year is crazy for a lot of us, and it's just asking you to just come back into your body. So if you've been feeling a little bit out of your body, or you've been feeling a little bit, not yourself, sometimes we get in that feeling and we numb out a little bit, and it's just about coming right back into that space. And that sacred space it's asking you to create might be in the safe space of a good friend, catching up with them for a coffee. It could be something spiritual. I can't tell you what that is, but definitely, you know, somewhere where you feel safe and nurtured and happy, and that's going to be really important, just to focus on you. It's really important, because I don't know if you're busy taking care of everybody around you, but sometimes we can forget about ourselves, and this card's just reminding you about that. The next card that's come out is Goddess. So you must be a beautiful goddess like all of us, but this is just reminding you. And it says, you bring great strength and healing in the lowest times. The mother of nature feels you, and children are drawn to you. You help bring balance and spirituality and have a lasting effect on those around you. So it's just saying that people, I don't know if you feel this, but I don't know if you feel like people come to you with their problems, or they want to talk to you about things, or they're drawn to you at the supermarkets, or whatever it is, but it feels like you have this beautiful big heart, and you're so busy helping and healing everybody else. And, you know, holding space for somebody is healing. You know, you don't need to know Reiki or tarot or any of those sort of things. You can just do that by holding space and, you know, just giving that person a chance to release what they need to release. And this just tells me you're a beautiful person with a big heart, and, you know, don't change that or close that off for anybody that doesn't appreciate it. Just keep giving to those that are, you know, they'll be grateful for it, and don't change who you are. And it just says you have a great balance of strength and, you know, the beauty of being so balanced. There's a great balance within you. So, but it doesn't mean we don't go out of balance at times. So the other card's saying you might have felt a bit out of balance. The other card's asking you to come back into balance. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Take some time out for you to do what you love, what you enjoy, what makes you feel good, and really surrounding yourself with really good people that make you feel good. So, but yeah, I feel like
it's awesome.
I don't know if you've had health issues. White gown comes up for me, so it's either means operation or health issues, either you or someone close to you. I just want to tell you that everything's going to be fine, which I'm not one of those psychics that do that tell you everything's going to be sunshine and lollipops. But I just wanted to tell you, if somebody is concerned or you know, just a bit, you know, nervous or whatever, just to let you know that I really just had a download from Spirit that everything will be fine. So whether that's now or coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And a breakthrough. The card that came out there is breaking trail, that a breakthrough is at hand.
Yes, beautiful.
So
Breaking
that,
old patterns and starting new.
ties
New
in
beginnings.
beautifully.
Mm.
And Gabby, so that reading was for Gabby. So I hope
Yes.
that Gabby, I hope that you really resonated and related to that. We actually had, I'll just check here. We had some other fabulous feedback there for you, Christy, that I don't think I read out there, which was spot on in, Gabby said, yes, I'm in my head. I can be in my head. Just trying to see if there was any.
So with that, Gabby, I would just say, just make sure you have a lot of movement. So when we create chaos in the head, it means that all our energy and all our focus is up here, and that's where the obviously overwhelming chaos begins. Movement is what shifts that energy down into our bodies, and it balances us out. So even if it's a quick walk around the block or a squeegee ball or just some sort of movement in the body is really good. So just a little tool to help you when you're feeling that way. That's all.
That's great. Gabby said, I'm trying to rebalance as I am out of balance. So that's amazing. Yes, I'm trying to break old patterns. So that's awesome. She absolutely resonated with that. That was spot on. Let's do see what comes up for Teresa Smith.
Okay.
Because Teresa sounds like she's in a little bit of distress.
Yeah.
She has suffered all her life, recently diagnosed, I don't know what this is, CPTSD. I don't know what that is, but a reading would be gratefully appreciated by Teresa. So I might let you go with that. And while you're going with that, so, you know, for you, as you said, Christy, it's a combination of the cards just kind of give you a little bit of some kind of boundary there, some kind of structure, but you're getting it. Now, do you hear it or do you see it or do you feel it or is it a little bit of everything?
Sort of a tricky question, because somebody said to me, I did a thing when I went away to a retreat, and she's like, how do you get all this information? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just know. It's just a knowing. It comes out my mouth before I realise what I've said.
Or do you see pictures or do you hear it or the words pop into your head?
All of the above. So she said to me, do I hear it? And I'm like, no. But she's like, it's not a voice in your head. It is literally just, you know, but it's like they're talking to you. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. And I say to people, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. So I ask for no information when they come to me, just a yes or no if it resonates or not. So I can go on or not go on. So, you know, that's all it is. And so I'll say, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they'll say, yes. They don't have to tell me what it's about.
Yeah.
It's just about,
okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So it comes out my mouth before
you know what you're saying.
So I'm known as that blunt psychic that tells you how it is. I guess I don't sugarcoat it, but I do send it with love. So I'm not sending it in a bad way. It just comes across. If they ask me, I won't tell them everything's going to be wonderful. If I see something that they need to change or they need guidance in, so you know, that's just all part of it. But okay, let's choose this one. Okay,
awesome. So it's for Teresa.
Yeah. Okay, so you got new vitality, higher power, and visualize. So higher power says, I call upon higher power to support me and work through me. How can I be of service today? Thank you for your guidance. Next one is visualize. I manifest and attract a positive outcome. I see it, I feel it, and I believe it with unwavering faith. I expect the best and notice how my vibration shifts and lifts immediately. And the last one is new vitality, which you can see that's beautiful and just showing all the colours of the rainbow,
that is lovely.
All our chakras. And you know, it is just about a different way of thinking. I feel like I need to say that, you know, there are so many people that grow out of situations that may seem hard or may seem like it's, you know, destined for failure, and it's not. And these cards are really telling you to step up, because the strength you have is now where it's needed. So, you know, that the higher power is asking you to call upon, if you need help or wisdom or guidance, it's about calling on people or a higher service where they can help you in, you know, moving forward. And, you know, you can't do it all on your own, and you're not expected to do it all on your own, but there is certain parts you can do while you're sitting here. And I feel like knowing that new vitality, that great things are coming, it's just, it's like a little bit of a bump in the road. And I feel like you've got the strength and creativity to get yourself into a better place with what's going on at the moment. So I don't know if you're not feeling supported, but the word support keeps coming up. So
yeah, she's got here, Christy, Teresa has written, I'm a mum of 6
Oh,
and
wow.
they have all grown up and moved out, and it's my decision, going to go my own way. So I think she might be at that sort of empty nest kind of phase.
Yeah, of course, and that's a really difficult place to be in, and that's probably where the word support comes in, is because when you've got people around you, even if they don't help you in certain ways, they do just by being there and having their energy and their presence and the comfort of knowing someone's there. And that can be a really hard place to come from. So it's just about what's next for you, Teresa, and knowing that even after a crappy situation where they've moved out and it might not be exactly what you wanted, it's about what's next for you and how can you embrace it all and bring it all together and balance it out again. And balance is really important in our lives. It's vital for our growth and our well-being. And I feel like if you can just if you can do daily weekly visits or phone calls, or just keeping in connection that way, but also moving forward for you, because that transformation comes when kids move. That we need to find out who we are. We've been a mum for so long, and sometimes a wife and a sister and a friend, and we forget who we are. And this is a really good time, a good opportunity to find out who you are and where you want to go. So
that's lovely, fantastic. I hope that resonates, and you can and you get something out of that, Teresa, that really helps you with where you're at now and what you can. How you can think about next steps forward. Now we've got Laura Ann Alloy. She's a fantastic member in
Trinidad.
Yeah, exactly. She's such a big fan, a raving fan of all of us. I met her through another group, came into our wellness community. She's now a big part of Margie's Spiritist journey, and obviously now she'll join your fabulous Clarify My Journey group as well. So she's just a top-notch fan. I'd love to, but she's asleep now, so I'd love you to do a little reading for her.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of her when Margie was doing the gratitude. I've seen her videos, and I said to Margie, I could listen to that woman all day. Like, she just very well spoken, and just I just loved the way she spoke, and I loved her messages, and I don't know, I just really gravitated to her. I've never spoke to her, but I just
Don't you love that too, though? Again, like symbolism, like things just working out when it's meant to be. That's the other thing. What do you think about that? When you meet someone and you just connect before you've even before you know anything about them, you're just like, oh, I really like you, I'm really attracted to you, and then you discover you have all the stuff in common. What do you think about that?
It's just it's an amazing thing, and I feel like it is just energetic forces. And have you ever met those people that you're triggered by or you don't like if you work with or whatever, and then you end up best friends down the track, or really close, and it's
that's happened to me a few times.
Me too.
Yeah.
So it happens both ways, and I feel like we just build up a resistance through our experience, and sometimes we're just so open. And I think if two souls are really open and they're at the same spiritual vibration, that I feel like those energetic forces, they actually come together when they're open. Whereas if one's resisting, it doesn't merge the same way. So it takes a bit longer for that process to happen. But it's interesting, isn't it? Like, sometimes you just meet someone, you feel like you've known them forever, and then other times you're triggered by them, and down the track you realize it's because you want to be friends with them or whatever comes up. But it's interesting. So so the two cards that I pulled out is crystal clear. So it's I am focused, calm, and feel at peace with myself. And the next one is self-care. I choose to do something nice for myself. I look after myself with tender, loving care. This could be in the form of buying myself some flowers, receiving a massage, or going on a walk along the beach, taking a bath. It's all about me today. So it really is taking care, and it doesn't have to be doing those nice things for yourself, although it's lovely. But if it's not within, your time frame at the moment, it's just about, getting to know yourself, being comfortable in your own body and being comfortable in your own company, and, just exploring and learning and connecting with other people. It's just whatever makes you happy, it's going to be really important. But I really feel like the next 6 months for you, Laura, is about looking after yourself health-wise, and I feel like that's been a bit of a journey for you, but I feel like it's still coming, like it's still a little bit to go. But I feel like after that, like after March or April, I feel like March and April keep coming up, I feel like you're going to have a new vitality on life. I really, really do like think that what life looks like now, you're going to come so far in such a short period of time. So just keep being your gorgeous self and connecting with the right people. And I really feel like it's going to take you where you need to go.
Yeah. And you know what, Christy, because I've actually known Laura for some time now online, which is another fantastic vehicle for connecting with people all over the world.
Yeah.
Laura, you know, has inquired a number of times about, you know, having the courage to you know, stand in her own healing power and ability, and to forge that path. But you've just hit the nail on the head a little bit earlier in the show when you said that you don't have to be reading tarot cards or doing you don't need to be a Reiki master or a tarot reader or a medium, or you don't need to be a spiritual teacher, reader, coach, counselor to affect people and to be doing what you've come to do. Because like you said, you've only seen her via in a group and via video, and yet you felt so attracted to, so connected, so attracted, and so people can just put a smile on your face and change your whole life and never know that they did so.
Never know. And she probably won't know until she looks at this. So I think I told her, though. I think I messaged her and told her, because I feel like we so quick to complain when things go wrong. I feel like we need to balance that out with telling people when we feel that way, because when we're comfortable with ourselves, we don't, you know, it's not a big bother, and it might make someone's day, it might make someone's year. We don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's definitely been an interesting journey, but I just feel like sometimes we put labels on it, and I say to people, you're an expert if you know what you're doing. You don't have to continue learning and learning and learning. If you're comfortable with what you're doing and you enjoy what you're doing and you can help people and you know what you're doing, like you've learned something already, you don't need to do 25 courses. If you're already comfortable after 6 and it's working, then go and do what you need to do, because the right clients will come to you.
Exactly.
You know, not my clients aren't your clients, and your clients aren't mine, and their clients aren't mine. And that's how I work. That's why it's not a competition for me. It's like, if I feel someone's better off over there, that's okay. I'll put them onto them, because I want to be able to help. And that's what I'm genuinely here for. And I feel like, you know, we're all getting that now. And it feels like, it's like, you know, you just settle into what you're doing. And that was my dog.
That's what I was going to say. He wants to. That wasn't spirit calling. That was.
I don't know if it was or not.
I love it.
Too.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, animals are so intuitive, aren't they? Well, how about Brenda? Brenda's asked a couple of times as well. She would love a live reading from you, please, Christy. So we'll do a reading there for Brenda. She's also part of the community. So just while Christy is doing that, let me take this opportunity, ladies and gents, to let you know about our wellness community. We have a show on local radio, KC Radio 97.7 FM. It's on every Tuesday. You can, between 3 and 4, you can listen on the radio if you're in Melbourne, and you can, you can tune into 97.7 FM. We also, you can also listen online. Go to KC Radio website and listen online. And, within our community, there's also lots going on in there. As Christy said, there's no need for competition. Actually, what it's about now, it's about all of our communities joining together to spread the wellness and spiritual message far and wide, because, we're all, life has just gone to a new level where we're not connecting and communing and supporting in the way that we need to do if we're going to survive as a species, and survive in a way that's light and bright and full of joy, ease, and happiness. So it's about all of us, absolutely getting on board. And that's why tribes came together in the first place, Christy. It was actually because on my own I can't defeat the lion. That's right. When these tribes formed, they formed for that reason of survival. That's right. Honestly, I think that we need to survive emotionally. We're really becoming very unwell emotionally and spiritually, and the way and that's affecting everything. That's affecting the whole world in a very adverse way. So all of us coming together to help, to heal, to support in all the ways that is unique to us. Is what's going to make this world a better place. So so you're doing a reading for Brenda.
So for Brenda, I pulled a couple of cards, and One of them is master. So for that, there's a heart chakra coming up again, and it's about feeling trapped within love. So I don't know whether it's about receiving or giving love, but there's some entrapment with love and around the heart chakra. So you might find a bit of a heart blockage there. I don't mean literally, I just mean the chakra. And it just means that, it's sort of like an entrapment. So either it can be self-love, it can be receiving love from another, not being able to receive that, and therefore not being able to give what you want to give. It can be a combination of different things. And I would just say it's time to free that heart chakra up and unblock that so that you can give and receive next year. And even now, even tomorrow, unblocking that chakra. And that's exactly what the Reiki does. It does open it up so that it becomes a lot clearer for people. So Reiki is a good tool if you've got someone that does Reiki, or even just, you can maybe even just Google some sort of meditation that might, a guided meditation that might take you there to get that done. So plenty of things we can do on our own as well. But if you need help, please, feel free to message me and I can give you some tools and tips to help you do that. But I do feel like there's a freeing that needs to be done within that heart chakra. The next one is challenging times. So there's some sort of resistance coming when there's change. So I don't know if you're not really open to change as much as what you'd like to be, but it feels like there's a big resistance there. And I feel like I want to tell you that even though change can be scary, the outcome is actually okay. And it brings a brighter future. It actually brings for brighter days. So I just feel like there's a big change coming, and I feel like the outcome is for a brighter future. And I feel like it's going to be, a really good thing for you to get on board and just sort of, pull that shield down just a little each time, therefore going at your own pace and also being, accepting of that change that's coming anyway. So, and the last card I pulled for you is Spirit, and that's strength. This is just a message on top of those, which is strength and protection surround you. Go forth and stand tall with confidence because you are filled with a spirit that makes you whole. You shine brightly, and those negative thoughts you shine brightly, and those with negative thoughts towards you will bounce off your protection shield. So it's just about not listening to the outside noise. It's about feeling into what's right for you and knowing you are completely protected, and the strength that you hold is so deep, which means that it's extremely powerful is probably the word I want to use. And I think you can master these challenging times, and I think you can master the change that's coming. And just doing these few little things is going to help you go forward so far. So yeah, I hope you can take that on board and just know that you're a beautiful person that just needs to unlock a few little things. And sometimes change can be scary, and I'm just telling you, there's no need to fear it at the moment. So yeah,
that is awesome. And the card that came out for me was right in line with that. So
yeah,
navigating by
absolutely.
the stars, follow your bliss.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
But
Yes.
getting some fantastic feedback. And as Christy said, you can, oh, excuse me, almost got something caught in my throat then.
Oh,
So Christy, after the show, if you can come onto the post where we've got this video sitting there for those that want to listen later. And if you pop in the comments there, Christy, just the link to your, I'll put it in the post as well. But if you want to go in there and just have a look at the fabulous feedback that you're getting, a lot of gratitude and spot on. You're getting a lot of that was spot on. So let me have you'll enjoy reading out the comments there. So Elizabeth, Pautu or Putu, Elizabeth, hi there. I would love a reading to see what you pick up for me, please.
Sure.
Oh, so Angela, just getting back to Angela, she was concerned about her son because he has CP.
Cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought there was something more there because I felt like it was more something social, like how it's, different from the, like.
Yes, you said that.
I could relate to that. So I completely understand where she was coming from.
Yeah.
So, but I hope she knows that, there's a lot of good things out there, and we've come a long way. So, and
we have come a long way with all of that. We have come a long way.
A lot of friends have got sons and they're
It's
very
a real
grateful for what's
journey.
come.
It is a real journey. There's a fabulous lady. You've probably heard of her, Julia Cross on
Yeah, I
on
love her.
KC.
Yeah,
And you know,
her son's just got
we
a
have come a
job,
long
and
way, although it's still a hell of a journey.
of
But you know, when
course,
Julie was talking about the hard trek that her son with autism has had to take, at the same time, you know what? It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how we are held back. We
correct.
are all we all have a hell of a trek through this journey called life. You know, some of us are all able-bodied, and yet
Yes,
we can be so disabled
yes,
in our
absolutely.
self-love, our self-confidence, in we can be on that inner level in how we think and how we manage our emotions. We can be really, really disabled, and that can make the trek so difficult. So
Absolutely. And just because you
we'll,
can't see it doesn't mean it's not there,
yeah,
and
yeah,
doesn't mean it's not a powerful restriction for some of us, you know. And we've all
yes,
got our own stuff going on, but all I'd say to you is just trust in he's here
trust,
for a reason. He's going to high school
yes,
for a reason. And all this is happening, no, not by coincidence or not because it has to.
yes,
It's because it's for his better high good. And I just feel
yes,
like you're going to be able to reach out, and somebody's going to be able to help put your mind at ease. So yeah, just keep thinking positively and bring in that person. And bring in that situation to a calmer state. So
yeah, wonderful. This is for
okay.
Elizabeth.
Yes, so I've pulled a couple of cards. Now, I don't know if someone around you has had a baby, or I don't know. I feel like there's a young boy around, or a young child. It just says, I shouldn't assume that's a boy. It just says young child. So I don't know if this is for you or if this is a new baby coming through. It's not very clear in my cards at this moment. But I would just say that there's some sort of joy and celebration around a child. So yeah, whatever that means for you or someone close to you, it's definitely in the cards for you. So your cards are actually joy and stability. So again, it's that crown chakra where it's all about the feminine, the creativity, the strength where we pull upon, and it's also where we feel our emotions. And it's just saying that there's a lot of, when you're stable and everything's going really well, there's so much joy. It's just about finding the right tools and the right people to help you get out of those situations that might be a little bit more. So asking for help is basically what I'm saying. It's like, sometimes we find it difficult to ask for help. Just make sure it's not too difficult for you when you're in those times, because you know what, the more we reach out and the more we talk about things, the more we come together and realize we're not alone, and we know that there's other things out there. So I would just say that there's a great joyful side of you, on the outside, but there's also a need inside to have that stability and to feel stronger and sort of not in control, but to know what's happening and to know what your journey entails, I guess. But it's saying just create. There's something about having joy within creation, and whether it's a business or it's a painting or it's music or whatever it is for you, there is a big creation happening, and I really feel like you should move forward with that. The next card is coming together, so it brings up relationships. So if you're in one, it feels like it's going to another level, and it feels like there's a lot of communication stuff that needs to happen or has happened, and that's going to take you to another level. And if you're not in a relationship, it would mean that there's a new relationship coming. It's a new level up. So if there's nothing, then it goes up to relationship. If there's a relationship, it goes up to a new level, which is a beautiful thing. So
Love it.
yeah, and the other card that I got is take action. So I take heart-centered action. If this means I need to wait, then I patiently wait. I follow my intuition, trusting and knowing that there are times of action and gathering and times of rest and collating. So it's just about having that balance. Like I said, this, obviously the main word here is balance, and I think that's so important. So I guess that's why it's coming out. But yeah, just finding the joy, but asking for help when things aren't going the way that, if you do run into troublesome times or challenging times, and it takes a very strong woman to ask for help, very strong person, whether it's male or female. And the more we talk about it, the better. I guarantee. We don't know someone else is going through it until we speak, and you'd probably be surprised at who can help you and what resources are out there for people. So, but I'd say you're a beautiful hearted person, and it just tells me that there's a lot going on, and I feel like it's going to be a really busy, chaotic time. So I'd say find that balance within joy and rest, and asking for help, finding it a bit easier to do.
Amazing. I love it. Whew. We might just do maybe just one card, because you've just this has been absolutely awesome, Christy. You've really given you've given our audience such real little mini readings there.
Yeah,
Lots of information,
so
lots of insight. No, it's terrific. I love
yeah,
it. But we might do, because it always feels like it's a long time, you know, an
yeah.
hour. You feel like, what will I say for, for all
Oh,
that time?
gosh.
But
I could go for many.
it goes so quickly.
I know.
We've only got 5 minutes left. I reckon
Oh,
just
wow.
pull another couple of cards, just so we
Yes.
we like to get as many people in as we
Yes,
can.
of course. Sorry.
We've got,
Yep.
no, it's good. It's good. Ginia Carbon. May I have a card, please? So we'll draw
Sure.
one for Ginia.
Does she have a? I don't know if she's got a dog in spirit or some sort of animal. There's a dog that's coming up around that. When you said that name, I just seen like a dog coming up. So I don't know if that's something in spirit or something that's with her now. But yeah, there's some connection to animals. So the card that I picked first on for her was Healing Begins. Yeah. So there is some sort of healing. So I don't know if there is some sort of grief or loss or sorrow that's going on at the moment, or some sort of memories or time of year. I don't know, but there's something about healing that there's something in the heart chakra. So you can see that there, the green in the middle. I don't know if it's as clear on there as it is for me, but in the middle of the chest, that's a heart chakra. So there's healing that needs to be done around that. And, just be careful not to feel off balance or a little bit, out of sorts, because that's what the heart chakra will do when it's blocked or when it's, not feeling nourished and well. And there's just some hurt or some sorrow or loss, something going on around there. And as I said, there's some sort of connection to an animal that's coming up. And I find it very difficult to differentiate information, whether it's spirit trying to tell me it's in spirit or whether it's spirit trying to tell me talk about a dog or some sort of animal. So so I just thought I'd let you know. So yeah.
Awesome. And we're going to draw one more card, ladies, because we've only got about 3 minutes to go, and that'll be for Holly Watson. May I have a card, please?
Holly, it's time to shine. Beautiful. It's time to shine. So as females, we need to just empower ourselves. We're so worried about judgments and worrying about what other people think. And I really find it's important to start empowering ourselves. And that's what we do when we go into tribes and we feel supported and, and we really need to do that with good intentions. And I just feel like there's something really coming for you. So I don't know if it's a step up in employment or it's a new job coming, but I really feel like it gives you a sense of purpose and a sense of, full joy and being grateful for what you can do. And I really feel like you're going to shine at that. I really feel like that card can't say any more. So,
wow, that's awesome. And guess what, Christy? Elizabeth has given us some feedback. Thank you so much. Awesome reading. Hoping the baby is for me because we've been trying to conceive.
Oh, well, that's so cool. I wish I'd kept the card out because it's actually... there's sort of like a new joy in that, and then there's two, a male and a female holding the stomach, and that's where I got the baby. So I don't like implying it's for that person. I just like to say it might be for you or someone around you. It has to be someone that's really close. The energy has to be there.
Lovely.
But that is so beautiful. I'm so excited. I really hope you can come back and let me know what happens with that. So that's really good.
That is awesome.
Really exciting. I'm so happy now.
Yeah, so
I've told so many people
I love
they're
it.
pregnant
I love
before they're pregnant, before they know.
Yeah, and so it's so great when it resonates. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining us. We're on every Sunday evening, 6 to 7 p.m. It's Wellness Conversations. It's the Woo Woo series because, as I mentioned before, we've been, the Wellness Conversations has been going for about 1.5 years in our wellness community. So come and join us there. And I think we're about 3 or 4 months in. It went from our wellness community to Casey Radio 97.7 FM every Tuesday, 3 to 4 p.m. And here we are now on Spiritual Events Directory. So grateful for the opportunity to be here and sharing, ladies, our community, all these fabulous women that we know that are gifted and talented and who really have, we all have such a strong desire to help, to support, to guide. We just want to share what we know to be true in how you can grow better in life. And so thank you to our guest this week, Christy. You were amazing.
Thank you for joining. And can I just say quickly, I know we need to go, but I'm not saying this because that's not who I am, but I really admire you for what you're doing, Michelle. And I feel like there's such big things coming your way because there's such good intent behind what you're doing. And I just want you to know that next year's, I think you would already know that, but next year's going to be really bright for you. And I think that you're going to be amazed at what's going to come. So,
Oh
yeah, I'm
my
excited to see
God,
what unfolds.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. I'm very, very excited. I really feel very, very positive and very excited for you. So,
Wow, thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
That's amazing.
Thank you for having
Goosebumps.
me.
So welcome. And everybody, to connect with Christy, clarify my journey. We'll put all her links on this post.
Yes.
And as Christy said, she's doing readings in her community all the time. So get on in there, join up, and let's get this movement on the road.
Absolutely.
Awesome. See you later, everybody.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Bye. Bye.